I am giving the defendants the opportunity to voluntarily surrender no later than noon on Friday, the 25th day of August, 2023.
Fani Willis, a Georgia district attorney, opened her investigation into Donald Trump based on the release of a recording of a January 2021 phone call between Trump and Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger. Trump suggested during the call that Raffensperger, a Republican and the state's top elections official, could help find the votes needed to overturn his narrow loss to Democrat Joe Biden. More than 2 years later, the indictment brought on Monday by a grand jury went far beyond that phone call, alleging a web of crimes committed by Trump and others. In charging former President Donald Trump and his allies, Willis is relying on a particular aspect of Georgia's state law, RICO. So, what is RICO law and how does it apply to Trump? The Federal Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act originated in 1970 as a tool to fight organized crime. The law enabled prosecutors to target people in positions of authority within a criminal organization, not just lower-level people doing the dirty work. The Federal Act was established to target organized crime activities like money laundering, bribery, drug trafficking, and other serious offenses. But its use was never meant to be limited exclusively to organized crime. Within a few years of the federal law taking effect, states began passing their own RICO laws. Generally speaking, RICO laws allow prosecutors to charge multiple people who commit separate crimes while working towards a common goal. Georgia's version of RICO law says that attempting or soliciting any of the mentioned crimes can count as a predicate act. Georgia's RICO Act, adopted in 1980, makes it a crime to participate in, acquire, or maintain control of an enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity or to conspire to do so. An enterprise can be a single person or a group of associated individuals with a common goal. Racketeering activity means to commit, attempt to commit, or to solicit, coerce, or intimidate someone else to commit one of more than 36 state crimes listed in the law. The US Supreme Court has said that federal RICO allegations must show continuity. That is to say, a series of related underlying acts over an extended period, not just a few weeks or months. But the Georgia Supreme Court has made clear that there is no such requirement in the state law. The Trump indictment names an additional 18 co-defendants, including Trump's one-time lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, his former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, and lawyer John Eastman. Prosecutors will need to prove that Trump and his co-defendants worked together towards a common criminal purpose, which is not always as straightforward as proving an underlying RICO crime. But each additional co-defendant is another that prosecutors could coax into testifying against the other. Willis was a lead prosecutor in a RICO case against a group of Atlanta public school educators in a cheating scandal. After a months-long trial, a jury in April 2015 convicted 11 former educators for racketeering for their roles in a scheme to inflate students' scores on standardized exams. Since becoming district attorney in January 2021, she has brought several RICO indictments against alleged gang members, including several high-profile rap artists. Lawyer John Floyd, a nationally known RICO expert in Atlanta, helped Willis with the school cheating case. Soon after opening the investigation into potential illegal meddling in the 2020 election in Georgia, she engaged him to serve as a special assistant district attorney to help with any racketeering cases her office might pursue.